Well, look who was right about what was going to happen for the whole Tiamat and Lilim Harlot thing. Now, I was perfectly willing to cope with a lot of people and say, sure, maybe during the last week of the Takasugi event, they will go ahead and drop the pre-release campaign, but I also told everybody that that is very unlikely, as that is a very abnormal thing for them to do. They do not like to drop pre-release campaigns or really other major event campaigns or story campaigns in the middle of another event going on. They like that other event to have their time in the limelight. And look, just because you aren't a big fan of Takasugi or the Chaldean Heavy Industries event doesn't mean that they're going to go ahead and break that, no matter how popular people like Tiamat and Draco might be. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have the official Twitter campaign over here, and it's going to be ending on the 36th. And funny enough, that does coincide with what is going on over here on the NA side of things. That actually would put the event, or at least the pre-release campaign, for being next week's event over here on the NA side of things. If we go look at the current events, actually this is the JP events. Hold on, give me a second. Anyway, you'd expect if I'm going to be gloating, I'd at least come prepared, but you can see right here that the White Day event over here is going to be ending on the 25th, which does coincide with the 26th of this being when, you know, we're going to start getting the pre-release campaign, and it does coincide with when they could actually drop things, because usually over here on NA, we get things kind of like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, depending on how you want to look at that. So the fact that the Heavy Industries is going to end over here on the 25th, kind of going into the 26th, does coincide with that rather well. Now, it does mean that we do kind of have a slot open. A lot of people were saying, well, they could obviously do it, you know, the week before the event ends, because what are they going to put in this slot before we actually get Lilim Harlot's pre-release campaign? Because it is one of those events that is hard gate-kept by the fact that, well, it has to have a pre-release campaign, and the pre-release campaign is kind of a big deal. It's bringing Tiamat into the game. It's not like this rinky-dinky, oh, here's your 3 Saint Quartz and, I don't know, here, take it, 5 golden apples or something, right? It's nothing like that. It's bringing a major character into the game, and a very strong and powerful and popular character at that. So they're not just going to be like, oh, let's just run up the timetable on this. So for the same reason that they don't want to step on the toes of the other event, they also want this to have its own time in the sun, if you will. You know, they want it to be able to be like, here, it's a big deal that's not really being... I guess, I mean, it's so ridiculous to say, but overshadowed by whatever the current event is going on, even though I'm pretty sure we all know that Tiamat would absolutely blow Takasugi in any popularity contest out of the water. So what I believe we're going to be getting is that if you look over here at what we got on the JP side of things, we could be seeing Evocation early, which is something that I mentioned in my video talking about what we could be getting in March. I was like, well, we could actually see Evocation maybe drop a little bit earlier, because it was supposed to drop before the arcade's pre-release campaign. And so we might be seeing that, what this is going up on Tuesday morning. So tonight, when the, I guess, data download or whatever hits, when the update for the game hits, or if you wake up Wednesday morning, you might be seeing the Evocation Festival, which would be pretty hype, because there's really not anything else here for them to go ahead and put in there, which is kind of nice. I mean, sure, some people might be saying, oh my goodness, we're getting so ahead. We're a whole month ahead if this thing is going to be dropping. Actually, a month and some change, because this originally dropped on the 19th, or I guess, well, Evocation dropped at the beginning of April, and it'd be dropping on the... Actually, what would that be? The 19th. Okay, yeah, so I was right. Okay, I had to check my calendar real quick. So it would be dropping on the 19th. So we would be, you know, about a month ahead of schedule, which is always good, but I would remind players to temper their expectations on that. Believe you me, more than anybody else, I would love to be a year behind the JP side of things, because anytime I see some banger servant or a nutty skill buff for somebody like, I don't know, Salter, I really want to be able to use that in a year's time as opposed to 2 year, but I think there's just too many complications for them. I mean, I personally wouldn't mind if they sped things up a little bit, and then, I don't know, just to get us caught up, it's like, oh, you have Summer 9, and then, or I guess technically Summer 8, and then Summer 9 would be in like February or something to try to get us caught up. I personally wouldn't mind that, it being a little bit faster, so it could be a year behind, because I think in the grand scheme of things, it would be worth it, right? It would be far less of a headache. It'd be way easier to keep track of things. And again, when you see a hype servant that you like get announced, you don't have to wait 2 years for them, right? Which is always super, super annoying. So I would expect that we're going to be getting the Evocation Festival for the update, you know, tonight, I guess when this video is going up. And then you should expect Tiamat to be dropping the following week after the event properly ends, and then a week following that you will see Lilim Harlot. Now, one thing that people might be worried about, and let me just pull this up because we're over here, right? They're wondering about the Tiamat banner. I've gotten this question a couple of times. Tiamat's banner, is it actually... It's not on the event page. Well, that's fine. So we can just come over here. We go to the pre-release campaign. Tiamat's banner runs the entire length of the event. So you see it dropped originally on April 19th and it left on May 17th. That's when all the other stuff for Lilim Harlot ran off as well. So if you are one of those people that is really stressing about, oh, I need to pull for Tiamat first because her banner's going to go away, don't worry. Her banner's going to be here for the entirety of the event. So if you want to prioritize somebody like Draco and then use your leftover Saint Quartz to try to get Tiamat, you can do that. Now, obviously, you could be like me, be incredibly based, and then go out for Mommy Tiamat over here, and then just pray that you're able to get yourself a Draco. You know, just hope and pray, you know, with all the good boy points, all the good karma you've earned this year, that you'll be able to get yourself a Draco. So that is something you could do. I'm definitely going to be trying to go for Tiamat on this, even though both of these characters are really good. I would say if you're just asking me at a cursory, just really quick answer, what would I give you? I would say probably go for Draco. She's a bit more rare, doesn't appear on like the GSSR banners. Long story short, they're called Lucky Bag banners officially, and the writer for FGO said, well, getting a beast wouldn't be very lucky now, would it? Which it has to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my entire life. But I mean, even considering Draco's characteristic in the event, which I highly advise everybody to read the event because it is just that good. Other things that you should be expecting as well are, you know, you kind of saw me glance over them, is Lady Avalon will be coming back around, which might be worth considering for some people because she is actually really good. I mean, that's also not to say anything of Jacques coming back around. I don't think Skahawk is really competing over here for anybody's Saint Quartz, unless you're just a huge Dommy Mommy fan and you got to get your grubby little mitts on Skahawk. There's just no shot you have the Saint Quartz to be summoning for Skahawk or anybody over here, frankly. I mean, I love Mordred and Nero as much as the next guy, but dude, come on, like it's Draco and it's Tiamat. Like there's just no shot. There's just absolutely no way. There's no universe where I could see somebody doing that. So just to kind of reiterate, we should be getting Evocation this week, this following week, right? It'll be the last week of the event. Then the event will end next week, and then we should move into the pre-release for the event. And then the following week, so about April 1st that night or April 2nd that morning, we should be getting Draco, which is really funny that they would like, if it does end up that way, where it's like, I know it's technically the night of April 1st, but it's kind of funny. It's like, April Fools, here's Draco, as well as all the baseball characters. Like, kind of seems like a weird dichotomy that they have going on over there. But in the comment section down below, let me know if you guys are going to be going after Tiamat first or Draco, because again, you do have the leeway to go for whichever one you want first. I believe all of these events are the event CE ones. Yeah, they're the same CE. So it's like not even a detriment or anything if you're like, oh, I really want to get event CEs. It's like, don't worry, they're all going to be on there as well. And this pre-release campaign is also really good. There's some really banger stuff that we're going to be getting over here with, especially Hassan finally getting this monster W buff over here for him. So let me know who you're going to be summoning for in the comment section down below. I mean, if you are the one guy that's like, I'm skipping Tiamat and Draco over there for either Lady Avalon, Mordred, or Skahawk, let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to meet those people because your brain works in a different way, right? Let's just say it that way. Your brain works in a different way. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace, late guys.